Well, in my view, one of the metropolitan scourges of our times are low traffic neighbourhood schemes, where they stick up bollards and they make the roads narrower, put in cycle lanes all over the place. You can't go this way, you can't go that way. So what's your local low traffic neighbourhood scheme like? Give us a call, 03444991000. Now these boroughs, these councils, they impose these systems on us like there's no tomorrow, and sometimes they can be really mad. Before we show you an example of this insanity, let's introduce our guest. He is the founder of the Fair Fuel UK organisation, Howard Cox. Good morning, Howard.
Morning, Kevin.
Now, stay where you are and watch with us this video of the traffic calming scheme, the low traffic scheme in Woodmere Avenue, Watford. Take it away. Where you go? There you go. There's one car hitting the system. There's another one. This is like bumper cars, folks. And here comes another one. Oh, it's a police car. Oh, they couldn't make it either. I think we've got more. Here's another one. Yes! It's unbelievable. There we go. There goes another one. And another. It is like the Dodgems, isn't it? This is a system that's... It's been there for 10 years. The council has now accepted that perhaps it's not the greatest idea, and they're going to get rid of this system. It was originally put in to stop HGV vehicles, lorries coming through this side road, but we've all seen this all over the country. And my question to you, Howard, is, what goes through the minds of these people, these town hall tyrants, when they set up something like this, that not only can... apparently hundreds of cars over the years have been damaged and sometimes ruined by this ludicrous narrowing of the road with bollards all over the place, including a police car. What goes through their minds when they set these systems up?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm still wiping the tears from my eyes. You cannot believe this. It's a pleasure to talk to you instead of talking about pump prices and the cost of living. This is ridiculous, but this is a serious point. Right across the country, there are myopic idiots in local authorities who sit down and just say, right, we need to know this. They get a complaint about a lorry's gone down that road maybe 2 or 3 times, and they said, right, let's go send the guys out, spend about 30, 40, 50,000 pounds worth of our taxpayers' money on putting these inhibitory blocks and you name it. This is one of the worst I've ever seen, but this is not just unique to I think this is in Watford. And I was astonished when your producer sent me this one, and I cannot believe that this has even got this far. Apparently it's been up for about a decade.
Yeah, we'll try and get it together with some sound later on, because it's worth listening to as well. Great big crashes, and this is this film was taken by a long-suffering local resident who lives nearby, and he just saw this all the time. His name's Tim Vigor, and he saw it all the time, so he set up a sort of round-the-clock camera, and hundreds of vehicles over the years have been ruined by this. But also, on a wider issue, Howard, neighbourhoods, low traffic neighbourhood schemes, in my view, ruin neighbourhoods. People don't know how to get to their own houses. They're crazy.
And also, they don't actually achieve what they're trying to achieve, really, in many respects. They're just pushing traffic elsewhere, and they're pushing congestion elsewhere. This is not in my backyard type mentality from these council, the local authorities. As you know, I've been campaigning on behalf of motorists for a long time for a better deal for them. And unfortunately, one of the biggest problems we have stems from local authorities. That is the issue. They have clueless. They don't get the advice. And above all, they don't ask the very people that matter, the stakeholders, the drivers themselves. How can we make this better for people around here, but allow you to get through unhindered?
Yeah, and the idea of these low-traffic neighbourhood schemes, obviously, highly favoured by our anti-car mayor here in London, Sadiq Khan. The idea is to make the air cleaner. Well, congested traffic does not make the air cleaner. You're a fuel campaigner. It also uses up a lot of unnecessary fuel, doesn't it? So it's very ungreen, these schemes.
You've got absolutely right. You just had Harry Wilkinson, who's a good friend of mine. I work with him quite closely on various things to do, particularly with road transport and net zero. And fundamentally, all the things that these authorities are putting in place are actually counterproductive to their main objective, to actually clean up the environment. It doesn't work. And again, I repeat, and this actually, we should go right up to the top government at the moment and actually ask this question: when are you going to have a road user strategy that is fair for everyone, from cyclists all the way through to 40-ton trucks? Because at the moment, it's completely a mishmash of complete failure.
Well, I know this is the system, the state of play all over the country, but certainly here in London, and I know from personal experience, is what low traffic neighbourhoods do is they set up terrible traffic jams. So Sadiq Khan, during the lockdowns, you remember a lot of these low traffic neighbourhood schemes, the LTNs, they mysteriously appeared almost overnight when we were all locked down. None of us asked for them. Now in London, this was very draconian. So much so that on the Euston Road, one of our busiest roads, even Sadiq Khan had to accept, we've gone a bit too far. So they had to get rid of it, the road narrowing there, because literally it was gridlock. Same in Kensington High Street. These people are sort of fascistic when it comes to these plans, aren't they? It is anti-car, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's been going on for long enough now. We've seen 2 wheels is good, 4 wheels is bad. And that's the philosophy, the mantra going through all of our local authorities, obviously led by our wonderful Mayor Khan. And of course, I've just actually managed to get something like 15,000 emails of my supporters to his consultation that finished last week regarding expanding the ultra-low emission zone right across the Greater London. It's absolutely wrecking London, and these policies are wrecking people's lives. It is totally counterproductive.
And he's planning, I don't want to get too London-centric here, but I know this is the sort of thing that's going on in towns and cities all over the country, so it is relevant. He's proposing a sort of, I think it's about a 6 square mile area of central London, the West End and the surrounding areas, to be completely blocked off to all traffic, so that it's just a pedestrian area. Now, in that area, there are a lot of businesses that require deliveries, and they require to dispatch their products. I mean, how are they going to function?
Well, they won't. It'll cripple the business. These businesses become less than viable. They go bankrupt. It's ridiculous. I mean, bear in mind, people want to go to cinemas and theatres and the restaurants. All those businesses are being crippled by this absolutely myopic mayor. I've just never known anything like it. But he's probably the most powerful politician in the country because he does everything unilaterally. It's based on what he says. Nothing else. At least we have a cabinet. Well, when they're back from holiday.
Yeah, well, they're mostly on holiday. But point taken. And also, you're talking about the mayor's consultation. You'll send him those 15,000 emails, and he'll make his decision regardless of the fact that they don't want his proposals implemented. Let's just remind ourselves with a bit of audio of that low traffic neighbourhood scheme in Watford. Let's have a little look again with some sound. I'll talk through it because some people are only... OK, roll it. OK, have a listen. See what I mean? Right, here we go. Here we go. I mean, we shouldn't be laughing. These are people's cars being... That's the police car. That's the police car.
That's funny, though. That's funny.
Look at it. I mean, Howard, it's just insane, isn't it?
You couldn't write it. It's something like out of a John Cleese thing. You remember the clockwise thing he did, and that he was whacking the bonnet with an Austin 1100. If you remember those days, it just looks absolutely. Well, I'm sorry. I've got tears in my eyes.
It is ridiculous, and they're trying to sort of, in some. I'm sure the long-suffering residents didn't want big trucks trundling down their roads. So if that's the only purpose of this road narrowing, fine. But what they seem to have achieved is no vehicles being able to get down the road at all.
I know there is a bit in the middle, I think, for allows for emergency vehicles coming through. You've got, I'm looking at a picture from a different angle at the moment. They've got no entry signs blocking, so it can allow ambulances and fire engines to go down there. But I'm sorry to say that we should stop laughing. This is a serious point. Better information is what was needed. They're talking about putting a camera in now as well to actually stop these sorts of things happening. But I mean, I hope this guy leaves his CCTV on because I think this is great TV. This is.
It really is. is, and it just proves that too many of our town halls are common sense free zones. They need a bit of common sense in these town hall tyrants. They really, really do. Great to talk to you, Howard, as always. Let's talk again soon. That's Howard Cox, founder of the Fair Fuel UK organisation.